Infamous.
This is a PS3 exclusive.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Granted, I got my best friend in the whole wide world here who also has an Xbox, so...
Here's my thing, though. Plot of this game is you play as Cole. I don't remember his last name. I don't think it was even said. But I think it was actually Cole McGrath, if I remember right, but I could be wrong. I think that actually might be Zach's last name from Crisis Core. Either way, one of the last names is McGrath. I'm pretty sure it's Cole's. But you play as Cole, and he is the unfortunate person used as a ploy to blow up a city. And here's the funny thing with the city. It's New York. If you didn't notice this, it's actually New York.
Yeah.
The way they named the city, I don't remember what the name of the city actually is in the game, but it's basically a cheap ripoff of New York.
Yeah, I call it like the Stampton Island and...
Yeah. And it's called the Stranton Bridge.
Yeah.
But which I think is hilarious. But anyway, so basically, as you find out, he was tricked somehow into taking this bomb in the middle of the city and blowing it up. And out of this explosion, he gets happy, fun, electrical superpowers. And he has this bitch girlfriend named Trish. I'm not going to say what goes on with that because there's kind of a plot twist. Anyway, there's Trish, who's his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. And she gets pissed and leaves him for some reason. I'm not going to tell you why. But she leaves him, and he's heartbroken. Poor Cole. But he's still a badass through his heartbrokenness, which is pretty awesome. He has this... he has this friend named... And he's kind of the comic relief of the game. Some things happen to him later. But he doesn't die, that I know of. But some things do happen to him later, and he has some pretty comical moments. But that's basically the story. And you are hired by the government to clean up the city, if you choose. And, well, either way you're forced to work for the government, but it's how you work for the government that affects the city. If you play through the game good, like Mr. Denster here, the city will slowly start to look nicer and things will get cleaner. If you play through evil, like Mr. Lunchbox here, the place will go even further into hell. But the gameplay of this game is, it's actually, the way they played the controls of this game, I actually really like. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You get a lot of powers in this game.
Yeah.
Like you can shoot regular lightning bolts from your hands.
Which I like how they did that with that, where you can like switch which hand you're shooting out of. Just one of those little things. Like that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I guess you can shoot lightning out of both hands. Which is his main attack in the game. Because you have a little, I guess they call it battery cores, that you get by picking up blue battery pieces in the game, and as you use your abilities, or your Uber abilities, it degenerates and eventually you can't use any of them. And you have to use electrical supply throughout the city to restore that, and you can also use those to restore your health, which I think is a kind of cool aspect of the game. But anyway, you can also you can shoot shockwaves out that send people flying, and
you can drain energy from people.
Yeah, you can heal people if you want to. You can restrain enemies on the ground instead of killing them if you want to be good. And yeah, I know you don't like that whole aspect of the game, Lunchbox, but you can shoot rocket bolts out of your hands that blow
cool.
people up. And
yeah, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, I have.
One other cool thing, like I do like how you just showed me this before we left earlier, is for like all the side missions or whatever, there's the good version and then there's the bad version, and you choose one, the other one cancels out.
Yeah, so you can't do it. Because there's a good mission that you can do that is a reoccurring one, where basically you escort a whole bunch of the bad guys to be interrogated from being arrested to the police department. I don't know what the evil version of that is, but I did that one, and I can't do the evil ones now. So, that's kind of cool. Also, later in the game, you'll eventually meet a guy who wants to put posters of you up throughout the city. And you actually get to pick if you want to look heroic and friendly, or if you want to look like everyone should fear you.
Sweet.
And that picture's actually the fear one's actually more badass than the actual holy one is, but I had to pick the holy one because it's a good guy. So, I mean, you get to pick either way, but I wanted the good one so that I didn't take evil points for it. So, but I mean, anyway, there's a lot of powers in this game. You can grind across electrical wires.
That is sweet.
And you can eventually charge. You can recharge yourself by doing that eventually too.
Like jumping off like tall buildings and doing the little
the thunder blast. Yeah. You can grind across railroad, which if you haven't played the game or you have played the game and you get tired of running around the city, you can grind across the railway. Watch out for a train; it'll kill you instantly. Fair warning.
Thanks for that one.
But if there's a train coming, you just jump to the other rail and keep going and jump back over. But if a train hits you, it's going to kill you instantly. But you can. That's the quickest way to get to the city. Is using the railways and grinding. When you get the grinding, but you don't get it till later. You can get like a cool Iron Man glide thing where you like will glide. You'll slowly fall as you glide. You can actually fly, but you can glide.
That's pretty sweet.
And here, in my opinion, is one of the coolest parts of this game, and it's really cheesy nerdy of me.
Oh.
But the cutscenes, the actual cutscenes, are done with Cole doing a voiceover and comic book scenes. Like they're not moving comic book scenes; they're just pictures. And it's awesome.
They are. It's seriously some of the most fantastic artwork I've seen.
It's really cool artwork, and I really enjoy the cutscenes. And you could go back and watch them when you're done.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, it's awesome.
I know the strategy guide actually has all the concept pieces in.
Yeah, it does. The strategy.
I think it'd be cool. Like I know they did this with Mass Effect. They actually just released a full-fledged other like art book with it.
Oh yeah.
So that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I would love it in this art book. I mean, I just ripped the pages out of that thing and put it on my wall. That thing is so fucking awesome.
They're really sweet looking. It's nuts.
But my dislikes about this game are actually very similar to Lunchbox's dislikes in Far Cry 2. And it's not major in any sense. It's not going to make me degrade the game any. And that's the fact that you can't sneak up on enemies. They'll just know you're there. Just magically, boom, you're getting shot at.
The one thing I didn't like, but it is changeable, so I mean it's not that big of a deal, is the default controls where they invert the left and right.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
I don't know who'd want that. Is it like a?
I mean, I can see invert up and down because if you're like used to being a pilot, that makes sense. But
I mean, like I don't mean to like insult anyone who plays like that, but if you're like used to left being left and right, you aim right. It's confusing the first time you play through. It's like, wait, what? No, aim over here. Wait, why am I going over there? No, stop, fire! Damn it!
Yeah, but you can fix that. So, that's not a big issue. My only other issue really isn't that much of an issue because I kind of like the challenge as to the game is that you die really fucking quick. Even when you boost your damages, you still die really quick.
Which is good. I mean, a lot of games nowadays is like run through, oh, tank, I win. Yay.
Yeah. I mean, you die really quick.
Yeah,
and it's kind of nice.
It is. I mean, you don't die often enough to just make you throw your controller at the TV. Like, I mean, I haven't yet. I don't know if he's had any issues with that yet, but
usually, if you fail mission the first couple times, you'll actually figure out a good strategy to do it.
Yeah.
I actually die a lot doing the strategy the first time just to figure out what a good strategy would be. And the game makes you think about how you have to go through. Because I mean, you deal with turrets.
It's true.
Which suck.
Yeah, the turrets suck.